After reviewing SmackDown 1 and 2 for PlayStation 1, I decided that it was time to check out the last 3 known SmackDown branded games, all of which are on the PlayStation 2. So that makes things easier for me, and let me tell you, I went in expecting a generational leap for this series since this was the first PS2 game of SmackDown, yet in reality, what I got was SmackDown 2 with improved graphics. Which I guess isn't a bad thing, but there's a few problems I have with it.
Surprise, surprise.
So let's see if we can finish up yet another journey before the end of 2024. This is WWF SmackDown. Just bring it. As per usual, the first thing we'll cover is Create a Wrestler / Superstar mode. I always like to create certain people and put them into wacky situations. Then again, if you've seen my other wrestling game reviews or antics videos, or any of my other reviews that allow you to create characters,
Oh, turn it off!
then you already know that. But for newcomers on my channel, I always try to make Charlie, Muda, and Zach. Except here
it comes.
You cannot make people like you could in SmackDown 2. Yeah, the creation tools are worse off this time around. Everyone has same face syndrome. No matter what you try to do, there's no variety to be had. I couldn't make Moist Critical some ordinary gamers or even Aspen Gold. How can I make bald jokes and short people jokes now?
Like, that's gotta be up there with like a school shooting, a terrorist attack, maybe like a big law that was passed, and then one dude sucking another dude's dick.
Oh well, so it's SmackDown 1 all over again, which is fine. I'll just make a bunch of abominations like a Dragon Ball Z reject, your average Austin, Texas resident, and a Los Angeles street performer. So, disappointing character creation aside, isn't there anything positive to be said about Create a Superstar? Well, yes.
Say what?
You have several layers to add onto your superstars. You can deform them by giving them exaggerated body proportions. You can give them all kinds of colorful hair, clothes, and even skin tones. But hey, the best thing of all is, I can make a We Have Queso at Home version of Queso.
Dear God!
There's 2 other creation modes, Stable and Taunt, are here as well. But I won't be bothering with Taunt because it's taunts. These literally have no value to the game. If anything, it shouldn't even exist. I'd rather just make superstars and teams. So on to Create a Stable, where we can name our stable, decide who's in it. Depending on the amount of people in your stable, you'll have a few selections of entrances. It was fun making a few of these just to see their different entrances. So, on to the combat.
Oh! What will he do?
SmackDown Just Bring It is basically SmackDown 2 copy and pasted, as everything feels the same and plays the same, including the auto lock-on system that will always pick the worst opponent and gives you no chance to pick the right one in front of you before you're decked by a meth head.
Trapping headbutt! Al Snow and Al Snow are competing continually. Attack right from the front.
So if you've played SmackDown 1 and 2, you'll feel right at home with Just Bring It. I don't mind it at all, but later games would really just make greater strides for a more enjoyable system, like in SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Controls are the same layout as well, so there's no reason to talk about them. Instead, we should move on to the roster and what's different about it, for both better and for worse.
That seems effective. A hard shot by Al Snow.
Even back in the day, the roster was criticized, though as for being outdated. Yet to me, it should be for having a bunch of nobodies that no one remembers. A lot of these people are a total blur to my memory of early 2000s wrestling. Sadly, we lost many legends and future legends due to various reasons. Mostly because of them leaving the brand, but still it sucks, that happens. And when you prefer certain wrestlers and their music, movesets, and of course entrances, That always deals a blow to your playstyle, and of course, most importantly, customization possibilities. It's just okay, and I hope the last 2 SmackDown games will have more to offer in comparison.
I can hardly wait.
When it comes to setting up a game and the UI navigation as a whole, this game improves over SmackDown 1 and 2 greatly. Everything is just laid out nearly perfect with no issues navigating things. As I selected my match type, those participating in the rules, it was all very intuitive, plus load times are so fast it helps for a smoother experience. But the best thing about this generational leap is...
What the hell is even that?
For the first time, we finally have actual full-on entrances in WWE games. While still basic, they're an improvement anyways, since it's no longer just them walking in place with copyrighted video playing in the background anymore. Now I want to see everyone's entrances, especially when you make your own superstars. Your standard single match of one-on-one is here with all your usual rules and customization options. The combat is good outside of the lock-on system, picking the worst opponent with multiple in-ring. Thankfully here, things are less of an issue with only a single opponent.
Al Snow and Al Snow will match up tonight. This singles match will be an important match. Face Buster.
There's not much else to say about single, so let's talk about tag team matches.
DDT. Oh no!
Normal tag has you and one wrestler working together with turns being taken against another team of 2.
Right. Who do you think you're talking to? Michael Cole and Taz at ringside. How can you miss that?
While I kind of like this, I kind of prefer when you have a 3-man tag team match or just even tornado tag.
We'll team up. The competition will be in the tag team match. The attack seems effective. A hard shot by Al Snow.
Normal tag is just too tame for my liking. It's good for beginners, but if you're experienced with wrestling games, you need something a little more, you know?
Showing some excellent moves. Belly to back flip. Did you see the intensity?
So for a more chaotic and even more fun experience, you gotta go tornado tag, so everyone is in the ring at once.
Let's get to it. Michael Cole at ringside. Hey, don't ignore me. This is a sacred...
This way is the best way to do tag. Non-stop body slams and bodies flying around the ring, working together to weaken your opponents, trying to cover your partner as they pin one of your foes. Tornado tag is just better, plain and simple.
Twist of fate. Matt's twist of fate. Here's the finisher. There's the 1, 2, 3. Al Snow lost the match.
Here are your winners, Al Snow and Al Snow.
Royal Rumble matches are a blast. They don't take long either, since there's no long loading screens in between every wrestler coming into the ring. This match only lasted under 10 minutes in comparison to the 20 plus in SmackDown 2.
Tonight, there will be no disqualification in the Royal Rumble match.
Oh, and this is the first and last game for years to allow up to 8 wrestlers into the ring at once. Yes, a Royal Rumble mode becomes pure chaos if you can keep people in a ring long enough to fill it up.
What will the outcome of this match be? Here's The Rock.
This mode is also an easy way to experience team-up attacks, equal rights, equal fights. Just one of the best match types of all time in WWE history, alongside the likes of Buried Alive, Hardcore, Hell in a Cell, and Backstage Brawls.
I'm lucky to see such an excellent match. Irish Whip! That was a great win!
Here is your winner, Dean Malenko.
Who's that?
My favorite mode in any wrestling game is always Hardcore Match. Give me a steel chair and someone's skull to crack. Then play some rock or metal, and I got a chair with your name on it, for I am a monster that's gonna kill you.
I get it. I don't get it.
When you create wrestlers, you can set their weapons, so I try to give everyone something a little bit different. Of course, the guy I play as, Derp, has a fucking stop sign that eats up the ring with its size. Like, dear God, that's gotta be heavy.
Whoa! Did you see that? Whoa! I'm looking forward to seeing his next match.
Using various weapons to brutalize people, watching them squirm in agony. Nothing but pure bliss.
It's different from other superstars.
Hell in the Cell. Nothing better than being locked into a cage and fighting for survival and supremacy.
Michael Cole at ringside. Hey, don't ignore me. This is a sacred fight. Nobody can interrupt the match. Shut up. Anything is allowed in the Hell in the...
Especially when there's 6 wrestlers. My only complaint is I could never get anyone to smash each other into the cage wall. Not sure if it was a thing in the century. I mean, that was fun in SmackDown vs. Raw games. Just scraping their faces along the cage and then throwing their faces into it. Brutality at its finest.
Oh no! What's gonna happen? You won't be able to get a date for a long time.
One of the honorable mentions of match types is the ladder match. Though, in this game, you don't have to struggle to get the belt. You can just grab it and win instantly. I remember in later games, you had to work to get it off the hook, and people could push the ladder away, leaving you dangling high up with no choice but to fall down.
The rock bottom! The rock bottom! There's a hard shot!
It's pure chaos seeing so many wrestlers compete to get the belt. One can just walk into the ladder and move it out of the way so you're no longer able to reach for the belt. The irritation of precision just to win the match, that drives you to keep going until you win.
I'm sure Al Snow will do well tonight. What a match!
Plus, it's also just so much fun bashing people with the ladder like a complete monster. I just love hardcore mode style fights. Prepare to be scheduled for chiropractic visits for the rest of your life.
What a move! What a move! There's a finisher! Oh! Wow! I'm about to flip the table over! The people's elbow! The people's elbow!
Then when you win, it feels so good, like a cold slice of pizza after sex.
Excuse me, what?
Here is your winner, Al Snow.
Cage match is another classic. Just don't make the same mistake I did and turn it into a fatal 4-way, as this match will end quicker than a virgin balls deep inside of a Kardashian.
This is a sacred fight. Nobody can interrupt the match. excellent victory!
Here is your winner, Devon Dudley.
The hell is that?
The last match type worth mentioning is handicap. Here we can have more fun by gaining up on people with rules like 1 versus 3. What's more fun than beating the shit out of Vince McMahon? Ha! Hey Queso, Vince wants Dolores.
Down tonight. Let's get to it.
Take the dump on me, Dolores. Let it rip all over my face, Dolores.
In the ring. Just look. This handicap will be an important match.
God damn, what an animal.
Hurry, hurry. What? The people's elbow. The people's elbow. The people's elbow. The people's elbow. It's all over. Vince McMahon was knocked out.
Here are your winners, Al Snow, and Al Snow.
You may have noticed in the roster you have Fred Durst. Yep, Limp Bizkit has a song in here, so he has to appear in game. Magnet Muscles was right. The only song is Rollin', cause of course it is. That was huge back in the day, even though it did get annoying after a while. Anyone old enough to remember the early 2000s knows the pain we suffered, alongside many annoying commercials like Education Connection, FreeCreditReport.com, Zoom Zoom Zoom, and Head On applied directly to the forehead. Oh, and Zoo Books.
Pointless nostalgia.
Load times are fast in this game. Even when loading up the game for the first time, it's fast. Reading the memory card is fast as well, to load your data. But when it comes to saving, dear God. Be ready for a minimum of 30 seconds to a maximum of 1 minute every single time when you save, especially when creating superstars or even stables. Oh my god, get ready to take a piss break.
Attention. Caution. Caution. Caution.
As you can see in the recorded footage, this game performs quite well. I had no issues, even with a ton of wrestlers in the ring. In fact, this was the first and last for a long time to feature 8 wrestlers in the ring at once, until WWE 2K18. Talk about sad when you think about it. God damn.
How sad.
But still, it's a good performing game with fast load times. The only time consuming portion technical wise is saving, as said earlier. So overall, a buttery smooth experience.
The fans are enjoying this. Bang!
So that wraps up one of the 3 known SmackDown games for PlayStation 2. There's a total of 5 SmackDown games, and this marks 3. Hopefully, I can get to Shut Your Mouth next. Well, only time will tell, given how chaotic things can be. Alright, enough is enough. Time to just bring it with the score.
He said it! He said it!
At the end of the day, SmackDown Just Bring It is a mediocre game that takes steps back in some ways and continues a few problems from the PlayStation 1 games, but in turn offers better graphics, performance, load time, sound, and more. It's truly a mixed bag, and even though my expectations were not exactly high after SmackDown 2 proved to me nostalgia is a hell of a drug, it was still okay, and Just Bring It is also just okay. But for a next generation title and as a sequel, you'd expect it to improve on its predecessors, not just repeat the mistakes of the past. Anyways, go give it a try, it's worth playing. I'll have even lower expectations for Shut Your Mouth next.
What do you expect?
Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.